All right, so welcome to another Sunday breakdown. So on this week, I will be breaking down GU. I feel like GU is a little bit more for the beginner level traders, those who are kind of smoothly into market structure and everything and such, and have some type of education when it comes to trading the currency markets. So with that being said, let's jump right into it. So the very first thing that I like to do whenever it is that I look at a player is I like to mark off my supply and my demand zones. With my supply and my demand zones, it's going to kind of give me a real firm understanding on where I am within price and just the details. Now I have multiple wicks here, so I like to catch the median, and we can definitely see that we are having some sort of rejection on this time frame. Besides that, I can see overall that I am in a downtrend and that the top of the year, or yeah, more so towards the top of the year, we did decide to kind of do an uptrend breakout to the upside, and now I finally feel like we hit that resistance. So looking at it, we can definitely see that GU is abiding by the uptrend factors that we need, actually maintaining from swing low to swing high, and actually maintaining where it's at within structure. You can see kind of clearly, price is respecting the retest areas that is needed. Price is striving to make higher highs. Now, in this current market conditions, we haven't really broken anything of the previous as of yet. I'm gonna wait to kind of do more so my breakdown in-depth analysis once I get towards the daily time frame, because I feel like I'll have enough to indicate whether I'm on a higher high or higher low, or really where I am from trend. So I'm gonna start from the daily. Now looking from the daily perspective, we have been making somewhat not of a beautiful uptrend continuance. As you can see, we can see the higher highs, higher lows, and so on and so forth in the vast area of space. Now, one thing I do want to go ahead and point out is that roughly right around here, this was a superb market structure area, and I can see clearly that price is acting as resistance and acting as support over here on the right hand side, which is key. So one thing I am going to do is I'm going to delete, and now I'm going to begin to draw my market structure, and this kind of get a firm understanding on where I am within market structure. I feel like this is going to kind of play a key role with all the details. Now, the biggest thing for me is that with this pair, it does kind of retest at market structure points, which you'll kind of see that I'll begin to highlight in red when it comes to my supply and my demand. I love using supply and demand as support and resistance. It kind of helps give me a clarity on what areas of price I'm expecting for a price to kind of come back to, and what prices I should kind of be ready at to take either a buy or a sell or whatever to look kind of in depth with my analysis. You can see over here that we played resistance, support multiple times within this area. So I can tell when I get somewhere like around here with this analysis, I'll be quite fine. So very first thing I'm going to start off is right around here, looking in the detail of price. Price came around here and made a 61.8, just kind of doing the fibs. When it comes to fibs, 61.8 is a market structure level, and then from here I'm just looking at the details in between, just kind of make sure that we are moving via market structure. Now looking from right here to right here, I can see clearly 23. So 23.6 is something that does affect this pair. You can see the higher that we go, we kind of came back around here at previous support and resistance and made something key. Now, the wonderful thing about a pair like this is it does respect market structure pretty firmly. So you can see roughly right around here, we made some sense of structure to where none of these retests really even matter. I want to say for us to draw it, really more so. Keep in mind that we're only striving to see the market structure points within this game, and all of this is a big push up, and all of this is just noise in between. And we came back here and made market structure. Then from what it looks like, price came back and bounced around these areas, and then we kind of went long from here. So when I stretch out my fib from here to here, because we still didn't, on this daily time frame, we still didn't get a fib that's kind of higher, should I say? We didn't get a higher high that's higher than the previous. So roughly right around here, we kind of kept on impacting the same higher high area. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move price to the current market structure area, and I'm going to take price from here. Looking at the overall construct of price, we did have areas that strive to maintain, but none of them landed on a 38.2 or below, which was needed to kind of continue the uptrend dominance. So I can see from right here that really from this move, we came really straight up here, came back for a retest based off of right here, and then from here we kind of went. So I could see that trend is continuing pretty smoothly, and I can begin to see that, you know, we have our point A, we have our point B on this time frame, and that potentially we may have just broke this area just for future occurrences, just based on what I see. So I'm going to continue adding my technical data in here, but based on what I see, based on the past results, with finding where we are currently in price, we are doing quite a good job. So looking at the details yet again, from here to here, we have a high point that was used to kind of maintain price in this current area of trend. Now you have to keep in mind there's different variations of higher highs and higher lows, especially on the lower time frame. You could have something as huge as this and then still have moves like this. That as long as these higher lows are essentially maintaining price point at this area, that you essentially be good to go. So it's kind of the details that we're kind of getting right here, which is super, super valuable. So it's these little bit of details that we definitely want to pay attention to. And I feel like when in doubt, draw it out. That's a big thing that I like to do. So I like to make sure that I draw it out and that I'm firm and that I have a firm understanding on where I am within price. So again, from right here, just kind of get in depth on where we are. We kind of came back and respected the 61.8, but tested 61.8, but respected 50%. 50% is a market structure area. And then from here, I'm pretty sure once I go down to the lower time frame, there'll be a lot more data. But because this time frame is a analyzing time frame that I can see overall perspective, I'm going to kind of use this to kind of guide me in price. So from this standpoint, right around here, we can see that price again came down and then we launched up and then we came back. So roughly, here's the thing. Right around here, we were striving to come back here, but we really respected the zone that we had right here. And keep in mind, this zone was from this previous higher high that was all the way up here. So it's just something that we want to keep in mind. So from body to wick, we're getting a median of all the wicks within this area. So we're kind of able to see. So now we're kind of able to see with details that kind of come with being in this area, which is kind of great. So this is definitely something that I want to kind of mark off and I want to kind of have so I know where I am within price. Coming back down, you can see that we really kind of respect right here where we had the zone, we had the fib, and we probably had a QP somewhere in here as well. So just looking at the details that was able to kind of maintain structure, boom. So we actually have one right here. So now we can see that we're having like a lot of motion on the daily time frame, which is quite good. So we just want to kind of ensure and make sure that we're using this data to kind of understand where we are. So this was the last market structure level. You can see that price as of right now, if price breaks this, I feel like we would be in a downtrend, but this is the bias that I have as of right now based on the daily time frame. This is going to be something that I capture and upload for you guys. So just keep that in mind that I will be giving you guys analysis. I'll put daily analysis GU. I feel like it's very important to kind of be up to date time frame by time frame, especially where you are within price, because you know what I'm saying, that's going to be key to kind of help you understand when you're breaking down or understanding your biases on where you are within price action. So daily analysis GU. Boom. We'll go ahead and upload that. Now, again, to me, it is a very bullish market conditions as of right now. But again, if we break past this previous lower high that is considered right here, then we should be striving to go down. Let's look at the details that comes in. Let's look at the 12-hour. So from the 12-hour, nothing much has really changed. It just shows the downtrend dominance, and I guess I'll delete this fib, really and truly, because I wouldn't say we need it right now. We kind of have an understanding on where we are, higher high and higher low highs. Kind of see the last 2 points that kind of matters. So what I want to do is I really want to strive to look at the market structure and get an understanding on the sell variation that we kind of been on. We already broke the trend line as we could see, so it is kind of clear as day to see it, and we have a little bit of support and resistance kind of happening. From here, we can see price over here, and then from here, we can see price kind of retesting over here. So we can see the details. I'm just trying to understand the structure as I go lower. Now, still looking at it, we still have a bigger fib that's still taking place right here, where we're still kind of supporting the overall bias So I was going down. I'm just seeing, right around here where we had this previous high that we were acting as an area of support around this price point, which relatively is good. And I'll show you the dedicated area that I'm talking about up there around here, which I'll make in yellow. Boom. So right around here where the previous higher high was, we was kind of making some type of support, or should I say resistance, support, and then over here uses resistance. So this is definitely a great medium point that we have to break. Again, I like to use zones to kind of give me a lot of clarity on where I am within price action. I can also notice that if I was supposed to delete this price point right here, that we have a huge wick there, and we have buyers kind of taking back over from right here. So going down lower, see clear is there again. We had a lot of bullish sentiment that kind of happened to where we went up, boom, pushed up, but then we have a lot of support that's going on right here. And I feel like roughly right around here is where we're gonna probably have to place a QP. So I'll make that in white coordinates. Boom. So we have a QP roughly right around here, which we did interact with, which we have price using resistance and support over here. And then it looks like as price is striving to go higher from here, that we most recently used the 750 QP as an area of support as well. So I can definitely see support and resistance kind of taking its on current on a time frame of this low and definitely playing out. I have a rule that if we respect 2 or more QPs, that we're looking good to go to the upside. So that is a part of my technical bias. Coming down as low as this price point as of right here, I could see still where we're still striving with the downtrend, making the lower lows and lower highs, especially on this side of trend. And I can see even more right here where we're using this price point. This area is resistance. So we have a little bit of a support down here, a major support, which is in red, and then we have our medium resistance area, which is right around here. So what I'm expecting price to really do is to find some level of support based on where it's at right now, because it's in a bit of a range. I'm expecting price to kind of find some support and then be able to kind of take off from here. Really looking at it, price really and truly is stuck in a range. So I just want to ensure and make sure that that we understand kind of where we are within price, so we're able to strive and kind of go higher. If I look any more lower, it's just going to kind of explain the range that we're stuck within. So I like pretty much where the 3 hour is. It's pretty simple that price is really stuck from right around here. You see near here, we have a 750 up here. Roughly right on here, where it's using perfectly fine as resistance. And then we have our support areas down here. So we definitely want to trade GU within this price range and definitely just be careful. We can definitely see even in detail from right here that we're really right here where I have this QP at, that buyers was able to kind of take some sort of control, and that ever since buyers kind of took over at this price point, it's been nothing but buys. So if you get a bounce this week, you can almost expect price to kind of bounce off from here and then kind of bounce off from here back into this zone. Really and truly back into this zone first, and then if we break, we'll do a continuance to either come back here and retest, or we could just strive to continue going higher. So what I recommend is definitely trade within this range. You can look for setups within this area. Definitely make sure that price does respect something along this area right around here, and that you give yourself an adequate stop loss. Now, stop loss recommendations for me, try to keep it roughly like around 30 pips and under. We have a zone right here, and we have a win right here. So you can definitely instantly go from like probably get this a little shorter, probably like a 25 pip range, and then we can kind of go long from right here. So this is just the bias that I see as of right now. So we're going to kind of see how this plays out. Definitely going to need some more lower time frame details, but let me copy this, and let me copy this, and then let me go ahead and drop it in the chat for you guys, so you guys have that data as well. See, paste, put 3 hour analysis. 3-hour sis GU. All right, cool. So that's going to be kind of it. I feel like if I go any more lower, I'm just going to see the details. Again, we have a strong buyers kind of taking over around this area right here. So let's just see how it goes. I have these two QPs that I'm using as some sort of support within this area. And we're just going to have to wait for price action and really wait to see. So this is as far as my bias is going to go. We have the parameters that we're trading within. And then if we even look right here, with this structure and this detail and everything, that roughly right around here, around this area, this was the previous market structure, lower or high. Price did kind of wait, it broke it, retested, and then pushed up. So we can see that we have strong support around this area, which is why I want to kind of make sure that we wait, and then we kind of take off from here. But I feel like this is definitely something of an order to kind of be in, just for long-term biases. You know, if we had stop loss, we had stop loss. So let's just see how that goes. Thank you guys so much for enjoying my GU breakdown. I'll go ahead and upload this and get to see you guys soon.